Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be going over the books I read in March. And the first book I read is On a Sunbeam by Billy Walden. It's a graphic novel which follows two timelines. And the first timeline is a restoration crew that travels to different planets and stuff in space. They're on a little spaceship to restore old structures and shit. And the second timeline follows two girls at a boarding school who fall in love. And then the timelines converge, blah, blah, all that shit. And I thought this was adorable. I really loved it. It was gay, so that's always nice. I love lesbians, so yeah, I thought it was very cute, very fun. The art is gorgeous. I love the art. It's so cool. I thought the story was really nice too. And usually sometimes with sci-fi, I get a little confused and I find it hard to follow. But this one I didn't find hard to follow at all. I found it really easy to follow. And I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so good. I gave it a 4 out of 5. I would highly recommend if you like sci-fi or lesbianism. And yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was solid. It's really long too, which is nice because some graphic novels are not long enough. So you feel like there's more there, but this gives you a lot to chew on. Yeah, I highly recommend it. The next book I read is We Are Okay by Nina LaCour. And look at this cover. I love this cover. This follows Marin, who, she's in college now. And back in her old life, one day, something tragic happened, and she just left. With her phone, her wallet, the clothes on her back, she left. And left her old life behind and went to college and has not spoken to anyone from her previous life before college or anything. She just picked up, left, and had to rebuild from the start. And now she's in college, and she obviously doesn't want to return home for Christmas vacation. So she is staying there, and she's the only student that's over there, the holdovers or whatever. I don't know the movie, but I don't know if that's what they're called. But she's staying over on campus during Christmas vacation. Then she's having her old friend Mabel come and visit her. And Mabel has been her best friend for years in her old life, but she has not spoken to Mabel since the day she picked up and left everything. And so secrets revealed, we get to figure out what happened that made her pick up and leave and everything that went down. And yeah, I absolutely love this book. It made me fucking sob. It was so good. I was walking my dog with my mom, and I was trying to tell her what was going on in this book, and I was literally just fucking sobbing while I was explaining what was going on. It was so good, so emotional. I loved it. I loved the story. I thought it was so interesting, and it's not a twisty, turny story. It's more just heartbreaking, and yeah, I loved it. I thought it was so good, so moving. So it was amazing, perfect, loved. I give it a 5 out of 5. The next book I read is Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. And this is there's 3 stories in it. It's a 3-story collection. And the first story is Things Have Gone Worse Since We Last Spoke. That's the title story. And it follows 2 women who are emailing each other back and forth about purchasing an apple slicer. And things take a dark turn and things have gone worse since they last spoke, blah, blah, blah. And that story was fucking phenomenal. I absolutely loved that story, which that is the majority of the book is Things Have Gone Worse Since We Last Spoke. And that, I ate that up. That was so good. I loved that story. And then the other 2, The Enchantment, and You'll Find It's Like That All Over, were kind of flops. I didn't really like either of those. I couldn't really, I don't know which one was which. I think The Enchantment is about a couple who goes to stay on an island and shit happens. I think that's that one. And You'll Find It's Like That All Over is about this gay guy who goes to his neighbor's house and shit happens. But both of those weren't really interesting, or obviously I didn't retain them that much. No, I did retain them, I just don't want to spoil. I remember the spoilers, but I don't remember anything else, the setup. And it was kind of flops. I didn't really care about those, but Things Have Gone Worse Since We Last Spoke. The email chain format is so cool. I really love that. And it was so interesting and so disgusting and disturbing. It was really nasty. It gets nasty, girl. Nasty. But I ate it up. I thought it was so interesting, so good. I love that. The other 2 flops. But I gave this 4 out of 5 because I loved the first story so much. The next book I read is You Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego. I don't know how to say that name. And this follows a group of writers who are going to visit another writer who's hosting like a writer's retreat thing. And this other writer is basically like the Agatha Christie of like mystery shit. So they're like, he's like super famous, super well known, and no, but his identity, no one knows. Like, he's completely anonymous. No one knows who this man is. And all these writers converge, and then people start dying, mystery starts happening. We follow our like mainish character is Mila, who is the project, like, or the writing retreat lady, who's like the party organizer. And right away you're like, Mila's like, I'm gonna kill one of you writer bitches for what you did to me. And you're like, oh my god, what did they do to her? And then you'll learn that all of these writers have secrets and are shady and shitty, and they all have stuff in their past that's coming to the surface and blah blah blah. And I thought this was fine. I gave it a 3.5 out of 4. I mean, I liked it up until the ending. I wasn't sold on the ending at all. I thought one of the reveals I felt was, hi Gracie, I felt was a bit cheated, like a bit cheated on. I didn't like it, didn't love it, but I thought it was solid overall. I had a fine time reading it. If you like mystery shit, I think it's worth a go, but it's nothing like groundbreaking or anything, so yeah. The next book I read is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, which, I mean, I think everyone knows what this is. This follows the 25th quarter quell, where Hamish Abernathy goes and competes and wins. And, I mean, I don't know. Do I have to explain this? You either know or you don't. And if you don't know, you don't care. Hi, Gracie. Yes, girl. I know. And, yeah, it's you either know and care or you don't. So, yeah, I gave this 5 out of 5. It is so fucking sad. Maisley is my girl. I love Maisley. Maisley Donner. You will always be famous. Right now, when I'm filming, there's like been rumored that Charlie Plummer from Looking for Alaska, I loved that show. He was phenomenal as Pudge, is being eyed to play Hamish. And if that happens, I'll be so excited. But if they cast a bad Maisley, it will ruin the movie for me. I love Maisley. She might be one of my top characters in the franchise, to be honest. And so if they fuck her up, I'm going to be pissed. The next book I read is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, which I've been meaning to read for a year, because last year I randomly saw a movie called Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe, and I was like, oh my god, let me watch that. And then while I was watching that, I was like, this feels like a movie that's been adapted. So I looked up and I was like, oh my god, it's a book. And so I absolutely loved the movie. Everyone that's read the book hates the movie, I guess. Well, not everyone, but like some of the like reviews and stuff have not been very kind on it. And so I was like, okay, I have to read the book because I probably love the book more. Which, yes, the book's better, obviously. I still like the movie. I rewatched it. I do love that movie still. And this follows Aristotle and Dante, who Aristotle is very reserved, very inside. He represses every emotion that he has. He's very nothing. He doesn't have friends. He doesn't go out. He just does his own thing and doesn't want anything to happen. And then he meets Dante, who like shakes up his universe, blah, blah, blah. And I absolutely love this book. I read the majority of this book in a day, which is unheard of for me. I ate it up. I loved it. I mean, this is a really famous one, so I think most people know about it. And if you're interested in it, you've already read it. But highly recommend. Very touching, very moving. I love it. The next book I read is Cicada by Tanya Pell, which is book number 4 in the Killer VHS series. And this follows Ash, who is traveling with her awful boyfriend. And then they take a route off the highway, because of course they do. And they go to this little town that's having a festival for their like found footage horror movie that was made in their town called Cicada. And shit goes wrong. It's a really short one, novella. I love the Killer VHS series. All of them have been fantastic, except for the first one, Melonheaded Mayhem, sucks. Especially compared to the next ones. It's like, Katie King Kills is phenomenal. Teleportasm is phenomenal. And yeah, Cicada is phenomenal. Katie King Kills Again is really good as well. And then the 6th one is like Night of the Witch, which I have not read yet, but I assume it will also be good. But yeah, I really enjoyed Cicada. I gave it a 4 out of 5. It's not as good as Teleportasm or the first Candy King Kills, but I still really, really liked it. I loved Ash, who's like an unapologetic bitch. And like even like for the quick time we get to meet the characters in it, I thought it was really well done. I was attached to like all of the characters, which doesn't always happen. I love the horror element that's in this book, and I think it's really well done. I don't want to say anything to spoil it because I wasn't sure where. I mean, it's kind of obvious where it goes once you get started, but going in, I didn't have an idea, and I loved the route it took. I loved the little town and the VHS, the like found footage horror movie that was made in that town. I love that lore, the little film they have for it. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was super fun, and I want to say my favorite line: "As useless as a crocheted condom," is a fucking crazy insult. Love that. I text that to my friend. I'm like, this is fucking insane. As useless as a crocheted condom is insane. I love that. So yeah, I gave this 4 out of 5. Yeah, I loved it. It's still not as good as Teleport Has Number Candy King Kills, but I think it's still solid. I really enjoyed it, and I would recommend the Killer VHS series. Just if you want to read them all, be aware of Melonhead Mayhem, whatever. The first one is a flop. It's not great. So if you want to read that one, just so you read them all, I get it. Just read that one, but it's not great. Just go in knowing that. But all the other ones have been phenomenal so far, and yeah, highly recommend. And that's all I read.